It's been 4 years since Marshawn Lynch last played a full season for the Seattle Seahawks. In the meantime, they've had Thomas Rawls, Kristen Michael, Fred Jackson, Bryce Brown, Eddie Lacy, Mike Davis, J.D. McKissick, C.J. Prosise, Chris Carson. I think they even gave Franco Harris some run. But the Seahawks think they have finally found their new Marshawn and rookie Rashaad Penny. I got to sit down with Penny at the rookie premiere. You're going to be a popular pick in fantasy football this year. I have you as a sleeper, as do a lot of other people. For those of us who draft you in fantasy football, what are we getting in Rashaad Penny?
I'm going to play to my best abilities just to try to win games, and that's just scoring touchdowns or not scoring touchdowns, rushing yards, or just catching the ball, because that's something that they also getting at me with as well. So I'm out there running out wide or sometimes in the slot just trying to catch the ball just to improve. So that's all.
Penny's a little soft-spoken on the mic, but the Seahawks truly believe he can play like beast mode on the field. Unfortunately, Rashaad Penny sustained a broken finger this week and had to undergo surgery.
Hey, Matthew, you talking about Rashaad Penny?
Oh, hey, Dan. Yeah. I was.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I was just at Seahawks camp.
Oh, my goodness. This is
great.
This is great timing.
Days ago, right?
Wow, what are the odds you were walking by my fake house just at this moment?
It's pretty bizarre.
Right. Hey, so what happened at Seahawks camp? Can you give some insight into this running back situation in Seattle?
I was there. Penny was healthy. He was fine, but they were all raving about Chris Carson. He's getting the reps with the ones. They're talking about he's an explosive playmaker. They drafted Penny because they need explosive playmakers in the run game, and they ran out of them last year, so they know they can't have too many. But I'm not saying Penny wasn't a part of their plans or isn't a part of their plans, but they really like Chris Carson as their workhorse guy, and I think Penny can, if he's missing time and it sets him back, I think they'll be all right.
Well, my guess is that the starting running back week 1 for the Seahawks is Chris Carson.
At this point, especially.
Right. I mean, obviously, Penny's going to be missing camp. He's going to be missing, time getting familiar with the offensive line, with Russell Wilson, with the playbook. So, yeah, and it's interesting because Carson's going outside the 40s in terms of his ADP at running back. So I like, and because of the Carson talk, It seems like Rashaad Penny's ADP is dropping as well. There's a chance to get the Seattle Seahawks running back tandem, each of those two guys, for like a 6th, 7th round pick and like a 12th or 13th, which is pretty cheap for a team that we think is going to score a decent amount of points. When you were there, how do they feel about their offensive line, which has always been an issue for their run game?
I talked to Russell Wilson about Dwayne Brown, and he's like, look, the fact that he's been here all offseason, like he's really taken on a leadership role. Like Russell said, this is a guy that gives me a lot of comfort. And that's been a tough spot, that left tackle spot for them last year, or the last couple years. So they feel all right. There's a lot of brave talk in Seahawks camp, right? They know about the national narrative that they're not any good anymore, and they want to prove people wrong. But they believe they'll run the ball better and that they'll block it better, and, we'll see. But especially at that left tackle spot, they feel a lot better than they did last year.
Last question. Did you get any sense from talking to people that they want to commit to one guy, or that when Penny's healthy, this might be more of a committee situation?
I think, again, they're looking for explosive playmakers in the run game. So they see both of those guys as that. But if you're talking about a game where they have a lead and they want to grind out stuff on 1st and 2nd down, Carson may be ahead of him at this point in terms of that. A year in the system, right? Knows the protections, all that kind of stuff. Whereas Penny would be used more maybe in a situation where they're looking for the home run. But, that'll evolve. But right now, again, Carson, the talk of camp on the offensive side of the ball.
Clearly a sleeper, Chris Carson. And Rashaad Penny's draft stock may be dropping enough where he's viable as well, but certainly somebody that's going to be more viable in the second half than he is early on the season.
For more, sign up now for ESPN Plus.